This is my review of the Vectorfog H100SF mosquito fogger. Although I'm sure it'll do a lot more than mosquitoes. Check it out. I've been using mosquito foggers for probably going on 40 years and wanted to try to get something a little more industrial size for my property here. So this thing runs on gasoline. I'm using the canned stuff from VP Racing, like 90 octane, unleaded, no ethanol. Basically, this is your carburetor. This is your fuel shut off here. Right now it's turned off. Don't know if I already said it runs on pulse jet technology, but you can check that out. There's a guy out in Utah that builds pulse jets and puts them on skateboards, go-karts, everything else. And this is your solution tank. So I emailed the company and they were very responsive, and I said, you know, what should I run in the tank? And you can run water-based solutions. So I did try doing just plain water in there just to see what it would do. You know, I wanted to fire it up, make sure it worked, all that. So it's got a ball valve here. The ball valve in this position puts your solution farther back in the pulse jet so it can burn. So this would be for using oil-based diesel, kerosene, etc. And then if you put it in this position, it routes the solution this way, which they say is for water-based. I'm not using water-based. I want actual fog. When I tested it out last week when I first got it, I just ran plain water through there. I tried it on both settings just to see what it would do. Obviously it didn't make any fog, but it did shoot the water around 40 feet, but that's not what I want. I want fog that's gonna, you know, stick to the leaves and the brush and the undergrowth and help control the ticks and all that. So since they said diesel fuel, I know diesel's kind of dirty and I'm not going to be using this thing every day. So I actually bought a 2.5 gallon jug of K1 kerosene, and then I mixed, I've only got it about half full. So there's about a gallon of kerosene in there. And then I use permethrin, and I've got the mix calculation said to use about a ½ ounce of permethrin. So I mean, it seems to be pretty well built. It's made in Korea, not China. It has good instructions on the side here to how to start and run it. So it does have, in the base here, it's got obviously a battery, a spark plug, and I'm guessing some sort of air blower. So here's your plug right here. I only got one hand, I don't want to take it off. So there's your plug there. And obviously it has to have some kind of air to get the pulse jet fired. And then once it fires, it just runs. So the fuel, you open all the way up. And the solution tank, I'm guessing this is a needle valve. I haven't taken it apart. So you may be able to adjust your solution flow by, you know, throttling this one. But to start it, you want this one shut. You're going to open the fuel. And then there's definitely a fuel pump in here. Also, it provides pressure to the solution tank, which is kind of cool. And then it's got a vent that goes back to the fuel tank. So these are vinyl hoses, but they've got like a wire spring protector thing around them, so that's kind of cool. And then this is your pressure release for the fuel. So they say if it gets if it won't start, choked out, whatever, you press this and it goes psh. And then I also brought my dB meter so we can see how loud it is. I can tell you it's loud. I don't think it's ridiculous. But you know, it's a pulse jet. Pulse jets are sweet. So let's get the thing running and check out the dB near the unit here. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing. We appreciate your support. Okay, so the starting procedure is turn the fuel on, which I've done. I'm going to open this valve the whole way because it really only runs at one speed. And then you have to press the start button, which is right here. And that starts the fuel pumping, the airflow. Let's make sure our solution tank is shut. And then I'll show you the dB on it. I know it's pretty loud. So you got to hold the start button for about 8 to 10 seconds. You'll hear it fire off. It might pop and snap a couple times. Once it's running, you'll know it. Okay, so that's it. So the fuel valve, again, you just go wide open. And then this solution valve is definitely a needle valve. You could probably hear the difference there between when I had it running kind of lean and when I really flooded it. So that's kind of cool. I like the fact that you can regulate your flow of solution and also the density of the fog. So I shut it off by choking off the fuel. It's been sitting for a couple of minutes. So I'm going to restart it. So the fuel goes all the way open. Make sure the solution is shut off. And then just push the button. We'll see if it starts any easier now that it's sort of warmed up. This thing is obnoxious. I love it. It smells like it's flooded. I can smell some fuel. So let's see what happens if I shut the fuel off. Yeah. Alright, now we're dry. Let's crack the fuel. So hot start's going to have to be something I figure out. Yeah, hot starting could be a problem. I guarantee the thing's flooded now. So I can get it to start, but I can't get it to run. So probably after shutting it off, you're going to want to wait, 15 minutes for the leftover fuel to evaporate. Because as soon as I push the button and then turn on the fuel, it doesn't want to run. Let's open the fuel, flood it some more. Yeah, it's definitely flooded. Okay, that concludes today's test video. As far as fuel usage, I mean, pulse jets aren't known for their efficiency, but I had maybe a half a tank of fuel in there, and we still have quite a bit of fuel compared to no fogging solution. So that concludes the first test using K1 as the fogging agent. I'm going to try, well, diesel would probably be my last resort, but by far that's going to be the cheapest. I'm going to give it a shot with some mineral oil too and see how that works. So it does produce a huge amount of fog, but I just went through half a tank of a solution in 2.5 to 3 minutes of runtime. So definitely a learning curve. I figured out it doesn't like to restart right after you shut it off. I don't think that's an issue at all. So if you like the review, it's probably the only one I've seen of the Vectorfog on this platform that wasn't made, years ago. And there was definitely no instructions on how to operate it. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up, and we will try it the next time with some different solution. Thanks for watching.